Yeah, 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 yeah. It's time for the Kevin and Nikee show. They gon' have it lit up. Yeah, you know, it's time for the Kevin and Nikee show. They got the airways popping every city across the globe. It's time for the Kevin and Nikee show. They gon' have it lit up. Yeah, you know, it's time for the Kevin and Nikee show. They got the airways popping every city across the globe. You know him as a dope actor, Kevin D bitten. 360 twice, Jim, how he keep winning. And you know the baddest actress, Nikee Warren. She so bad you walking past, she had you speaking foreign. If you ain't tuning in, this your reality check. You might miss out on your favorite star celebrity guest. When they celebrate, what you do? You get the bell, yeah. During Kevin's corner, get expired and encouraged, yeah. Bend them corners while you listen, but don't swerve. Find out what's getting on Nikee nerves. What's bothering Nikee? What's bothering Nick? What's bothering Nikee? What's bothering Nick? Keep on playing. Me and Kevin goes and we gon' get you hit. Yo, check us out on social media. In your mobile phone, we everywhere. You ever stations played out like a ringtone. Follow me like Bino R-E-M-E-Y. Bino Remy. Pop like Semi. And my flow hotter. Thicker semi. Been doing this since I scraped up pennies. But back to the subject, Kevin Nikee.
All right. We are back.
We are back.
We are back. It's been a minute, Nick, but we've been back. We're back.
Yep. We're only back for a minute, though.
We're only back for a minute. We're going to come out of retirement for 1 week, then we're going back into retirement.
Exactly.
But we're coming out of retirement for a good reason, because we got a special edition show for our listening audience. We want to let you guys know that this is not a playback. This is the Kevin and Nikee Show BRUISED special edition show. And, man, we have got a treat for you. We have been blessed to have some of the cast on the show today. And you're going to hear from them. You're going to hear behind-the-scenes stories. You're going to hear some Halle Berry stories, because y'all know it's starring Halle Berry. Yes, the Halle Berry, the first African-American woman to win an Oscar in the Best Actress category. And this Thanksgiving is all about BRUISED.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. So, listen, if you haven't seen this movie, it has been in theaters, select theaters, around the country, and today it is going global on Netflix. So if you didn't catch it in select theaters this past week, you could definitely catch it on Netflix today. It's going to be awesome. It's the Thanksgiving holiday movie, and at least one of them, and it's going to be awesome. And look, you got to check it out. It is a real good movie. You're going to really enjoy it, and I guarantee you're going to be moved. And I just want to encourage people to watch it through the lens of its own movie. Let it stand on its own 2 feet. Don't compare it to Rocky. Don't compare it to Creed. In fact, it's not even about that, Nick. It's about how have we been bruised in life. You know what I mean?
And don't even do what I did. Don't even try and practice some of the moves at home and start kicking over stuff. I made that mistake. I don't want you to make that mistake. Just watch the movie.
Okay. All right, Nick. So, look, we might have to get you in Bruised Part 2 and see how that kicking action is going to go. But, yes, watch it, man. It's a great movie. It's about how have we been bruised in our past, how are we being bruised in our present because of our past, and then how are we bruising ourselves through self-destructive behavior patterns, and then who can we look at or what can we look at to find motivation to bruise ourselves, to put ourselves through a cleansing process in order to put ourselves in a position to accomplish something great, something that's bigger than ourselves. I love it, man. I love the theme. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. If you guys have not seen this movie, you need to turn on your Netflix and check it out. I guarantee you will not be disappointed.
Yeah, well, you know you're not going to be disappointed whenever Halle Berry is in the building. Yeah.
Of course. But you know, this is her first film that she's directed. So this is her directorial debut. So kudos to her for that. Because it's one thing to be in front of the camera, but it's another thing to be behind the camera. You know what I mean? It's another thing to be behind the camera. So this is her directorial debut. So our hats goes off to her for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to tell you, man, it was just surreal, and I literally mean surreal, to watch her work in front of the camera, of course, behind the camera. And she definitely is a super talent, a phenomenal talent, legendary talent. And, yeah, I mean, when you can say that you have been in a Halle Berry movie, you have been in a movie. And so what we want to do at this time, we're going to kick this thing off by introducing you to the people who are responsible for some background casting for this amazing movie called Bruised. We want to also read a statement on behalf of them. So Stephanie Ryan Manham, she's the president of and casting director of weistbarron-ryan, and Quinn Shoel, vice president of and casting director at weistbarron-ryan as well. So on behalf of weistbarron-ryan casting, we would like to thank everyone who we had the privilege of working with us on Bruised. The production could not have happened without each and every one of us. During the process of casting, we had the opportunity to see firsthand just how strong our film community is and the potential that our area has. It takes a village, and a village that we have. Bruised is the first of many productions that have and or will be filming in the area and serves as proof that our area can handle the rapid growth that the South Jersey film industry is experiencing. Always looking at the horizon, 2022 and the following years are looking extremely promising. With film studios and more moving into this area, there has never been a better time for people to start and grow in show business. To anyone looking to chase their dreams of stardom, please feel free to contact weistbarron-ryan. We take pride in helping the community and serving as our source of knowledge and quality training for newcomers as well as seasoned professionals. Being in the area since 1980, our company's knowledge and connections are vast. With top-notch acting workshops and a continuous experience working on production of all sizes, our success rate with actors has been extremely promising. If this sounds like something that interests you, give our studio a call at 609-677-0075. Once again, that's 609-677-0075. Or find us on the web at weistbarron.com. Congratulations to everyone who worked on Bruised. This is something to be proud of. This is something that puts our area on the map. Tonight, we will turn on the TV and watch what so many of us have worked so hard for. Please know that we will be thinking of all of you. We are forever grateful for the opportunity, great times and friendships that we have gained along the way. See you on Netflix, South Jersey. That once again, that website is weistbarron.com or weistbarron-ryan.com. That's weistbarron-ryan.com.
Yes.
All right. That's it. That's it. That right there. Shout out to Stephanie Ryan Manham and Quinn Shoel. Great job doing the background casting for this amazing blockbuster hit movie, Bruised.
Yes. Beautiful people indeed.
Yes, sir. Now, Nick, I gotta admit, I saw the movie twice.
Mhm.
Yeah, I saw the movie twice, and I saw the movie twice, and I enjoyed it like I saw it the first time, the first and second time. So it was just great. So we're gonna move into talking to our special guests, and we're gonna kick it off with Mr. Mark Frato. Now, let me tell you something about Mark before we bring him on. He played the ring announcer in the movie, did a fantastic job. Now, get this. He's a professional ring announcer, sports analyst, and he does such a great job. I used to watch him on TV, and he's got the voice. And we're going to talk to him about that voice and all that stuff, and, we're going to keep it going. So, Nick, you think that you could be an announcer?
I got some skills. I got a little bit, but I know he's way better than I am. I know he is. But I can get up there and do a little something. That the thing about it is that with the ring announcer, don't they have to drop the mic down?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure how all that works. Because I'm not the professional. But why don't we talk to the professional and find out? How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing good, guys. Hey, Kevin and Nikki, great to be on with you guys tonight, talking a little Bruised.
Yes. yes.
That's right, man. That's right.
I'm just leaving Yankee Stadium right now. My Major League Soccer team is New York City Football Club, and we got a nice win in the playoffs over Atlanta. So now we go on and play New England. So it's a little New York-Boston rival in the next round, which is
okay.
Good.
Okay. That's awesome, man. Now, you do a little commentating for the Washington Wizards, but before we talk about that, I want to talk about this great job you did in BRUISED. You're a professional ring announcer, sports analyst. You do a fantastic job. Like I was just telling Nikki before we brought you on, I watched you on TV many times, and you have the voice. Talk about your experience, getting cast as the ring announcer. And what was that like being in the ring with Halle Berry and Shamir Anderson and all those guys? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, of all I know you guys are talking to a bunch of the different actors that played different roles in the movie today, Bruised. And of all those people, I am the worst actor that there is. So you guys are talking to a lot of people that are really talented and creative today as you're putting this show together to preview, what I hope and what I hear. Is a fantastic movie. I haven't seen it yet. But I'm a sports announcer. I'm used to doing things live in stadiums, maybe live on TV or live, across the internet. This is my first film. And I thought one of the really interesting things, that Halle and that everybody and her team did for this film was they wanted to make it as authentic as possible. So they brought in somebody like me, or a real life boxing and MMA and other sports announcer to play that role, almost play myself, to play the person that would be hired by Invicta to take part in that championship fight. And that's something that I do. That's something that I've done. They brought on Keith Peterson, who's a real UFC referee who does referee title fights all over the country. He's refereed some of Valentina Shevchenko, who played Lady Killer, Luciana Chavez in the movie. Halle's foil, her enemy, in the main event. They brought Keith Peterson in from Long Island, to be the referee in this fight. And he's, he's as authentic as it gets in terms of world title experience and traveling around the world. That's what he does. So that's what I thought. I thought it was a great experience. It was great to meet you guys. It was great to meet all the different people that contribute to such a, just a huge operation and a huge production. It was a great thing for me to see. When I'm not announcing, I have a little company and we do streaming and we do TV production, all live sports, right? But to see the way that a movie is made, that was really incredible. And to meet everybody involved in that, including you, Kevin, and including all the different people that we shared that week with in Atlantic City, that was a special thing. But I thought it was cool that they brought somebody on. Now I had to audition just like all the rest of the actors, and I had to go go sit with the casting agent, and I had to read the script, and I read the script as written, and then I read the script kind of the casting agent allowed me to kind of do it as if I was really doing a fight, and as if these two were the real fighters in the fight that I was doing in a main event somewhere. And I think that's where the light bulb went off for the people that I read with, because I did it as if it was an authentic fight, and they let me carry that over to the actual scenes in the cage during that week that we filmed in Atlantic City. So I thought that was very cool. I'm a terrible actor, like I said, but I got to play myself. I got to be myself. That made things easier for me, the rookie on the set.
Nice. Yeah. Now you're a professional announcer,
sure.
and have you ever made any type of mistakes or anything announcing? Because can I remember when we were on the set of Creed and they had this guy, the bell ringer guy, and he couldn't ring that bell to save his life. Remember that?
He sure couldn't. He sure couldn't. We were sitting over there with Tessa Thompson, and we started cheering for him because we were pulling for him, and he still couldn't get it right. But then what did they do, Nick? They had to get somebody else to ring the bell in the back of the room or something like that.
Yes, ring the bell from the back because he couldn't ring the bell to start the fight. He couldn't ring the bell to end the fight. Now, has that ever happened to you where you forgot what to say or you forgot to come on a cue? Has that ever happened to you?
Well, I have to admit that I make mistakes all the time. That's just the nature of doing things live all the time. So I think the best lesson, like Ted Lasso says, you got to be a goldfish, right? You have to have a short memory when you're doing stuff live, when you're doing things in sports. If you're a player, if you're a announcer, if you're a coach, you just got to kind of keep it moving. And sometimes if an announcer's good enough and smooth enough and experienced enough, they can cover their own mistakes by making up for it. But I'll tell you what, the difference between what I do every day, like what I did tonight at Yankee Stadium, and what we were doing at Boardwalk Hall 2 years ago, there's a lot different types of eyes on there. Everybody's kind of on you to do your thing, to perform at your best at that particular moment. So I can sympathize with what the bell ringer from Creed 2 went through, even if he's doing all these professional fights, and it sounds like maybe he wasn't. But, even if he's doing all these professional fights, different people are looking at you. You got directors and assistant directors, and if it's a new experience like it was for me, it can be intimidating, even if you've done events at Madison Square Garden or on ESPN or HBO or Showtime or any of that. It's a different sort of deal when you're on the movie set. But everybody was so welcoming. I felt comfortable. I was wearing my own tuxedo that I've worn, 100 times, and wearing my own shoes and my own watch and stuff like that, and drinking a lot of water, right, Kevin? You remember that? I was always drinking the water.
That's right. You sure were.
So, I wanted to make sure that when it was my time, and the bright lights came on, I was ready to shine. I was ready to go. I didn't want to be the weak link in the chain. I didn't want to bring down the whole operation. So, Frato, it's your first movie, and you're ruining it for everyone. I wanted to avoid that. So.
No, you did a fantastic job, man. And and to that point about drinking the water, that's what I wanted to ask you. Like, as maybe comparable to a singer, a ring announcer has to, of course, take care of your voice. Do you do voice training? I know you drink a lot of water. Is there certain fruits or vegetables that you have to stay away from, like tomatoes, which have a lot of acidic, content in it? How do you take care of yourself? Take care of your voice.
I think it's different for everybody. I definitely, as you noticed and as you noted, I drink a lot of water, a lot of water. Yeah. Some people try to go without because a lot of water leads to a lot of bathroom breaks. So I just tend to, I drink a lot of water, and I always find, when I'm not only am I a bad actor, but I'm a terrible amateur boxer as well. I do boxing for fitness, but I always find when I'm in better shape physically, I just feel better and I can perform better, whether that's on the set of the set of the movie or whether that's for the Washington Wizards, where I'm the public address announcer for Army football, for New York City Football Club at Yankee Stadium, or whether we're doing a fight somewhere. I always find if I'm in a little bit better shape, I always feel better. I always perform better. I don't know if it's a mental thing or a physical thing or a combination of both, probably, but. If I had any tips or tricks, I would say that would be it.
Got you, man. Well, listen, man. I once again, I saw the movie twice. Actually, they caught a good shot of me standing behind you, and so they caught a good. I know, they record different angles and things like that, but I'm glad they caught that angle. You did a fantastic job, man. It was such a pleasure to meet you. And, I know that they could look at you in the movie and say he's rather one of two things. He's a great actor or he's a professional and ring announcer or both, And so you did a great job, man. And but before you go, man, we want to first, thank you for coming on the show and sharing of yourself and what you do. Continued success to you. But before you go, how can people follow you, on social media if you so desire to, put your social media out there? How can they follow you and keep in touch with you? I know I'm going to be following you and watching you on TV and with the Wizards, but people might want to follow you and just keep in touch with you.
Yes.
Yeah, so my Instagram's a good place to start. It's at Mark Frato. There you get some work stuff, and then you also get some pictures of my two little boys. We have a 3-year-old Jackson and a 7-month-old Mason at home with my wife Kristen. We just moved from New York City to Annapolis. I've been the Wizards announcer for 3 years, and the 4-hour commutes each way was getting a little rough, and we have a lot of family in the Washington, D.C. area, so we just we built a house over the course of the pandemic, and we moved in. Now, from what I've seen of the movie, I'm glad that you and I get to, you and I wasn't in any scenes that you weren't in, Kevin, so you were really carrying me, I thought. But the other thing is, from what I've seen so far, just the clips that different people, and I got a text from ESPN's MMA reporter Mark Raimondi, who I'm good friends with back to my St. John's University days when we were both there together. I've seen a little bit too many close-ups of my face, and I have heard this movie is in contention for awards and all sorts of compliments. I just hope, they use my big old head to fill up the screen a couple times, and I hope that just doesn't subtract from all the good things that are coming for this movie. So I was happy to be a part of it. I was happy to do what I do, announce sports, and hopefully lend that extra layer of authenticity. Again, I thought it was great that they cared about that and that they brought that to the forefront and made it a paramount aspect of the movie. And I was happy to just contribute. Happy to be there, happy to contribute, and happy to meet all the great people on set like you, Kevin.
Oh, thank you, man. I really appreciate you, man. And thanks for being so kind enough to take a picture with me. And, of course, I've been blasting that out on social media, and people have been really, really enjoying it. So continued success to you. Blessings to you and your family, man, and we'll definitely be in touch. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks so much, you guys. I can't wait to see the movie. I haven't seen it yet. I've just seen, I saw the piece on CBS this morning, and I saw, just a couple clips and snippets here and there. But I'm excited to sit down and watch that. Maybe solo first before I allow, family members to
You got to check it out first. Yeah, I got
just to make sure.
Got you.
All right, guys. Yeah. I really appreciate it.
All right. Take care. Thanks, Mark.
All righty. Bye.
Yeah, you got it. Enjoy.
All right. Take care. All right.
Wait,
all right, Nick. Yeah, he is.
Hilarious. He don't want to all over that screen.
Yeah. I mean, they had some really good, close-up shots of him when he was doing the announcing, and he did a fantastic job. And I'm gonna tell you, it was just so much fun. One of the things I really enjoy about this acting journey is all the great people that you meet on set and that you get to bond with and connect with, and it's just awesome, man. And you build friendships and relationships with, and I can go on and on and on. All right, yeah. But all right, so who we gonna bring on next? Because we loaded, man.
Well, we loaded. Let's keep it rolling. Keith is on the line. Let's get
Hey, Keith. What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Right. Yeah, all right. So we got Keith Vale, a.k.a. multi-award winner, a.k.a. the ring photographer, and much, much more. But yeah, Keith, man, once again, I saw the movie twice. You did a fantastic job. I mean, this was an easy role for you. You know what I mean? You were the ring photographer, but that's what you do in real life. You know what I mean? You're a cinematographer, you writer, you director, you do a little acting. You know what I'm saying? You do a little editing. You kind of the jack of all trades, and you kind of mastering them all. But you did a fantastic job. You were definitively seen. And, man, just talk about how your real-life experience, of being a cinematographer is one of the many things that you can do carried over to, you being authentic in the movie.
Oh, yes. Well, yeah, it actually came very, very easy. You know, the day, you know, they gave me my prop camera, and the guy was going to, like, show me, you know, like, how to point the lens, when to do this, and I'm like, well, you know, I got this, you know, because this is what I do all the time. I take my movies, and I take pictures all the time and stuff like that. So it was very easy, you know, once the director, you know, set action, you know, I know where to point at, when to lower the camera, when to take the aim, and, you know, but the first time I had to take the flash off, because the flash was still alive. So every time I took a picture, the flash, so I was like, oops. I said, you know, they could do that in the editing. You know, cause a couple of times, like when I started taking pictures, people kept looking up at the flash. And I'm like, okay, why they keep looking at me for? You know?
Right. Like, that's awesome, man. Yeah. But, you know, man, I brag on you, man, because, and you're very humble. Man, you just rack up awards like, you know, like it's nothing. And I know you're humble about it. Like I said, I thought I actually bumped into you. The award fell out your pocket. You know what I mean? But you do a lot of things, and you do a lot of things well. But like I said, in terms of authenticity in this movie, you know, you bought it. You know, you bought it, and you know, when I was looking at it, I said, well, that's what he do. That he do that on the regular. So it kind of wasn't nothing new. But in terms of the contribution to the authenticity of the movie, you know, it was great. You have any Halle Berry stories? I'm sure some of us got pictures with her. Some of us got to talk to her.
Yes.
Tell us some Halle Berry stories.
I'll tell you some Halle Berry. And also, the day that, you know, the weigh-in scene.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I wasn't even supposed to be there that day.
Oh,
I was already wrapped. The person who was supposed to be the video guy never showed up. And weistbarron called me that morning. It's like, they may need you back on the set or something like that. I'm like, all right, hurry up, got dressed. Almost went to the Boardwalk Hall and kind of found out there was an ocean. So I turned back with the ocean, and then that's when I found out. So instead of a photographer, they gave me a video camera.
Okay. Wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So I actually really played two different roles in that film.
Okay. Now, how was it working with Halle? I know you got a chance to talk to her. How was it working with her?
Oh yeah, she's very nice. She's very nice, very humble. I know that, you know, even though during the fight scenes, you know, a lot of it wasn't real, but they were going to have some real contact. I know she was very nervous, you know.
Okay.
And you know, I told her, you know, to calm down. You know, you got this. The thing of Rocky, you know. You know, you give her the fist pump. You know, and sometimes I'll bring up some of her older films, and she's like, oh my God, you remember that? You know, like Strictly Business and Jungle Fever and Last Boy Scout. I mean, even though she got killed in that one, and I almost walked out the theater.
Yeah, my movie, Bats. That's my movie, Bats.
Oh, Bats,
Yeah,
that's my movie.
I add one to that one. Remember the 007 movie she was in? It was Bronson. Oh man, what's the movie? Yeah, it got something to do with Die Another Day. Die Another Day. Remember that one?
That's right.
Yeah, Die Another Day. Yes, she was in that movie. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And did y'all see her in the Fall?
Yeah, she's a legend, man. Fantastic actress. It was really surreal to watch her work in front of the camera and behind the camera. Definitely, you know, in front of the camera, as you know, as we all know her as the phenomenal, legendary actor that she is. And I just remember, you know, the Lady Killer Posse sitting ringside, and she was on our side of the cage. And I'm telling you, she was really getting hit, man, like kicked in the leg, and you can hear it in the movie. That wasn't sound effect. And I just remember saying to her, Halle, are you okay? She was like, I'm getting beat the F up. You know what I mean? I didn't know what to say. I didn't know whether to say hang in there or it's going to be okay. You know, I said, oh, snap. Wasn't expecting that one. But, yeah, man, she really, really put herself out there and put herself and her body on the line to, number one, train. They said she trained in different countries to get in shape for the role. And, she really put herself. They say that great actors, there are some great actors out there that will immerse themselves in certain environments for the sake of the role. We know that Jake Gyllenhaal put himself in prison for, 6 months to perform that boxing movie that he was in. And, that's next level acting right there. And that's what Halle did. Like, she traveled to different countries to fight and train for MMA. And, because when you look at the movie, you're going to see that this isn't just, it's choreographed, but it looked very, very authentic because they were really hitting each other.
Yes,
they were. Yes, they were.
Yeah.
And Chad, the first AD, Chad, the first AD, that was helping out. That's the man behind the John Wick films.
Right. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice. Now, I know Keith, you got a lot going on yourself. You are a writer, director yourself. So what can you tell our listeners is going on in KHV Films World? A little bit, not too much. We don't want to give a lot of things away, but I do know that there are some things coming down the pipes for KHV Films. Talk a little bit about that without giving it away. What's going on?
Okay, well, right now we have about 15 films in development.
Mm-hmm.
And so a couple shows. I'm launching a marketing distribution company called Keithville Studios next year, 2022. Our next project, where I'm really going into detail, is a horror film that's inspired by true stories called Jasper. And actually, I'm really calling it the Jasmine Saga because it's going to be 4 parts, and we're going to be shooting it under one production and releasing it in a year. Yes.
Nice.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Are you at liberty to tell us some of the headlining names, or should we keep that a secret until we're ready to let the cat out the bag? I'm cool with it either way.
Well, I'll let you know some people. Well, number one, you and Nikee, y'all in it. Number 1 and 2.
Okay, that's a good start.
That's a very good start, right, Cass?
We have Kane Hodder from the Friday the 13th movies. He played Jason. He played Hatchet. We have Bill Moseley from the Devil's Rejects. He's in it. We have Michael Berryman from The Hills Have Eyes. We have Dawn Richard from the group Danny Kane. We have R.A. Manahoff that played Leatherface. Reba Rose from The Love Boat. Alistair Duncan from The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Wow.
Yeah. We have also we have the Brother Man on the 5th floor.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh wow, yes.
Yes.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, with all those names you just read off, I don't think there's gonna be nobody left alive by the credits. How are we gonna get to part 2 and part 3? You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna kill everybody off.
Yes. And the one thing, I'm not gonna give away the plot, but one thing I tell you that the story and all 4 films all take place in less than a month.
Wow.
Oh, net. Wow.
Yeah. So it's So it's not like when people see like Friday 13 Part 10 or you know how people think of a sequel with a whole new cast, a whole new story, the killer killing new people. No, it's actually one storyline stretched across 4 films.
Gotcha.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's it.
Very nice.
That's it right there. I'm just hoping and praying that I can make it to part 3. That's all. I don't, you know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all we can hope. If not, I'm gonna be running for my life. That's it.
Yes.
So I gotta stay in shape.
And the tension definitely elevates more and more with each film.
Got
it. The climax will blow you away. But yeah, and it's inspired by a true story. And what I did differently than I do with other films is all the killing scenes that happen in these films had actually happened.
Yeah.
None of the scenes are made up.
Nice.
Wow.
Very nice.
All right. We don't want to give too much away, man. We don't want people might start getting scared. You scaring me right now. Anyway, I'm in the movie. I'm scared. But anyway, look, brother, we really, really appreciate what your contribution to the arts, man. And you making some big noise, not just down in Atlantic City, but around the country and in the world. And keep doing what you're doing, man. It's an honor and a privilege for us to be able to say we know you, man, and you do great work. I think you've been hanging out with M. Night a little bit too much, but because you got that mind, man. You got that horror mind. You know what I mean? Everybody don't have that. You know what I'm saying? What's the other one, Nick? What's the other horror mind genius guy?
Stephen King.
Stephen King. Yeah, that's a kid. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's KHV. That's what he do. You know what I'm saying? That's what he do. Well, listen, man, if people want to follow you, keep up with you, put your social media out there, whatever handles you want to put out there, you're more than welcome. This is your time.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. If you want to follow me either on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or see my profile on IMDb, you just look up Keith Vaile, Vaile, Vaile. Just type it in and everything else. Or either you can just Google me.
That's it.
Nice.
Nick, we love it. What do we say on the Kevin Nikee show?
Kev, okay, you know you something when you tell somebody Google my name, you'll find me.
Look, I was about to say that. That's what I was about to say. If you can Google, that's it. That's it right there. They say if you can Google someone's name, they are somebody. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I ain't trying to sound like Tiger Woods, but he is somebody. Anybody.
Okay, he is somebody.
He is somebody. All right, my brother. Well, look, take care, man. Continued success to you, man. And we'll definitely be keeping up with you and keeping in touch, of course.
Yeah.
All righty.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah. All right, Nick, keep it rolling, Nick. Keep it rolling. Who we got?
Let's see. We got what? We got Stephen L. Jackson on the line.
Stephen L. Jackson.
What's up?
There he is. Listen, man.
There he is.
Let me say something to you, man. Stephen is that dude. You know what I mean? He is that dude. He is. We gave certain people the nickname the professional. We gave certain people the nickname the professor. You are the psychologist. You bring a psychological approach to this acting thing, man, and it's just coming out authentic. You know, you're a true student of the game. You're a true student of the arts, man. I've learned a lot from you personally doing reads with you, being in scenes with you. You were in Bruised, of course. We're going to talk about that first. But then we got to make our way to this short film called Luther because you and Nikee was killing it, man. I was there.
Yeah.
But let's not jump too forward. Let's not jump forward. Let's talk about Bruised. I'm hyped about Luther, but let's talk about Bruised. You was in this movie. You was the VIP ringside. You know, that's what you did. You VIP. Talk about your role. Did you have any Halle Berry stories? Take it away, my brother.
Well, first of all, thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to be on this show. This is a great show. And definitely Bruised was a great and is a great film to which we have had the blessing and the opportunity to be a part of. And this really was a great opportunity, man. Shout out to the Weistbarron family for all the hard work that they put into this project. It was really very apparent in the type of participation that we were able to pull together for this. But more importantly, for the Bruised movie, man, it was just awesome. Seeing how the written script became something real and tangible. And then just the way that Halle was able to led the team in her direction as well as her acting in it. I had an opportunity to talk to her real briefly, just off to the side after she had gotten her behind kicked for almost an hour and a half. And she was complaining about, her legs hurt, and she really just wanted some room temperature water. And it was so quick and so simple because I just had a guy said, hey, how you doing? You doing good in there. She's like, yeah, my legs hurt, getting my ASS kicked, and all I really want is just some room temperature water. And so, that was my moment just to see, that this person that for years coming up, and you always hear about everybody, fantasizing about Halle Berry and how pretty she is and talented she is, and having seen her in movies after movie over the years, to actually be able to talk to her, and see how down to earth and real that she is was, it was nice. I've been around a few in my time in this craft, and I've met a lot of different types of people, and everybody's not like that. A lot of people are, and the majority are, but everybody's not. And it was refreshing being a part of this project, and I can't wait to see it. I haven't had a chance, so I'm jealous. Kevin. Jealous.
Well, yeah. Well, listen, you can check it out today on Netflix, November 24th. It's today. And check it out. It goes globally today. So check it out on Netflix, man. Yeah, man, you're going to really enjoy it, man. And, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Nice. Yeah. Now, real quick, let's talk about, your role in Luther, because you just did your thing up in that. Let's talk about Luther.
Well, Luther was a really interesting role for me because, I'm not a gangster characteristically. However, I was called upon to play one, and just the way that the script was written and that the character was created, gave me the opportunity to really, kind of dig into my method as far as becoming Luther. Because Luther was a son of a gun, boy. He was. Yeah, he really was. Some of the things that we had a chance to bring out in our character development for that were pretty neat. Pretty neat. I look forward to, in the future, I know Keith mentioned that he had 15 projects in the channel right now. Without giving out too much information, wouldn't it be interesting if Luther as a feature film were one of them?
Okay.
Because
okay.
Nice.
I would definitely like to see that, and I would definitely like to see you and Nikee doing y'all scene together or any other scenes. Y'all chemistry was fire. Y'all both played those roles authentically. And, it's, I'm able to appreciate the character that you created, Nikee, people like Keith, because, we know you're not a gangster, but the way you pulled it off, the way you was, playing with that gun on the table, it was a little scary. You know what I'm saying? It was just a little bit scary. But it was a multi-award-winning performance, man. It really, really was. It was a multi-award-winning performance, and, you could tell that there was a lot of thought process. That's why I call you the psychologist, along with your education, that you could tell there was a lot of thought process that you put into creating and building that character, man. And you and Nikee was going at it, man. She had to keep you out of jail, man. You know what I mean? So, it was good. It was really, really good.
I had to keep him out of jail and keep the gun out my face.
Right. Yeah. If anybody want to check it out, go to KHAB Films YouTube channel. You can check out Luther and a lot more of Keith's work. He was the writer-director of it, and you guys brought it to life. Yeah, you brought it to life. So.
Yeah. Yes, and I've been very fortunate over the years to have been involved with some really, really great people and have done some really good work, both on the commercial and the theatrical on stage and in film. It's just and I'm so very, very thankful to be a member of SAG-AFTRA.
Yeah.
Because we have the ability to do some very, very great things as members of this professional actors organization.
Yeah.
And there are many great actors who just really need to have the opportunity to investigate and explore what SAG has to offer. You know.
Yeah.
Because you know, I wouldn't have never had the opportunity to do this unless I had really wanted to dig in to become a paid professional actor, and that's what it's all about, man. You know, we're not in this. This ain't a game.
Right.
This is not a game.
That's right.
This is not a game. And
that's right.
But I just want to encourage everybody, you know, those who have already been on the show and those that are coming behind me, you know, stay with it, stay up, be encouraged. You know, we're in a great, great place to do great, great things and to create great, great art. And you know, it is for that reason that I do this. So, you know, bravo to the two of you for this show, because it's also great, and it's gonna reach ears all around the world.
Yes.
You know, as George Clinton used to say, all around the world for the funk, baby.
I like it. That's it right there. Yeah. Well, listen, man. If people want to keep up with you, follow you, you know, put your social media out there. Like I said, they can check out Luther KHV Films on YouTube. They can check out that fantastic short film that won some awards. But put your social media out there.
You can check me out on Instagram at Stephan L. Jackson _actor, and that's STEPHAN, middle initial L Jackson _ actor, and that's Instagram. You can catch me on my website at www.stephanljackson.com. Yeah, do that, and then just hit me up on I am DB Pro. Either imdb.me/Stephan L. Jackson. That's me.
Awesome, man. I like it.
Okay.
Keep it the same. Keep it simple. You know, because like we tell people all the time, directors are not going to Google rap names and nicknames and all that stuff.
Right.
They got to be able to find you.
That's right.
No, you will know my name.
That's right.
You know my name.
Yeah. Continued success to you, my brother. Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'll see you guys on set.
All right. No doubt. That's right. Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. Yeah. All right, Nick.
Bye.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye
Thanks
now.
for coming on. Man, I tell you, Nick,
Bye-bye.
y'all once again, y'all did a fantastic job in that movie. And, you know, I had the privilege of, you know, being on set and watching. And I try to be a student of the game myself, and I feel like I can learn from anybody who's good. I learn from you. I learn from Chief. I learn from people who can teach me something, because I believe that whenever we get to the point where we feel we can't grow, I don't care how many awards that you've won, that's the moment we die. You know, we got to continue to keep growing and developing holistically, but definitely in the art and in the craft, man. But it's just great. It's just great, man, and we're looking forward to the future and, you know, continuing to working with the special celebrity guests that we have on this show, who we've had on the show before. Just proud, you know, just very, very proud. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, who we got next? I'm excited.
All right, we're gonna keep it rolling. We got Mr. Mike Everland. Now, he played the cut man of Lady Killer. Let me tell you, Lady Killer was intense. And Mike did a phenomenal job, man. I mean, as I said of Mark, you would look at Mark, you would look at Mike, and you would say, he's a great actor or he's a real cut man or both. And, you know, Mike is that dude. He's a real cut man with real cut man experience, and he brought that to the movie. And, you know, as we always talk about, that authenticity, and Mike did it. You know what I mean? How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing good, Kevin. Good to be back on here. Hey,
yes, sir. Glad to have you, man. Thank you for coming on and sharing of your time, man. We know that time is money, and you guys have a lot going on. But talk about your experience being on BRUISED. I know that you are a real cut man. Talk about your experience on BRUISED and how your real cut man experience translated to being Lady Killer's cut man.
Okay, so I wouldn't actually call myself like a real cut man. It's not like a full-time job or anything, but I've trained MMA, and I've worked the corner for teammates where I was in there, doing some of that work. But I don't know, so the guy who was Halle's cut man, he had a lot more experience at it for real than I did. I've done enough of it to fake it. You know what I mean? So
I got
it worked out perfectly.
Okay.
But yeah, I've been in there. I've been in the corner. I've been, with fighters trying to help them get patched up between rounds. So I do have some experience, but not a lot. I don't want to mislead anybody.
Okay. Well, listen, man. You listen. I'm gonna say this. Had you not said that, you could have fooled me, because I watch a lot of boxing. I watch a lot of MMA with the men, and I watch it with the women. And as a result of being a part of this movie, it's really what made me get into it a little bit more, because, we made a connection with Valentina, and it's like when you film a movie like this and you make a connection with people, you kind of feel like, yeah, I know her. Like even though I'm watching her on ESPN, I kind of feel like, yeah, I know her. You know what I mean? I might not know her personally. You know what I'm saying? But you kind of feel like you made that connection. The real referee Peterson, it's like, we took pictures, and you kind of feel like, man, I know him. And you can kind of watch yeah. And so, yeah, man.
Valentina is by far my favorite fighter now. Even my daughter loves Valentina now because she was in the movie with us. Like we watch her fight. Haley's like, yeah, my dad knows her.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But Mike, I look at it like this, man. Watching the fight, because I try to be a student of acting and authenticity and continuity and all that stuff. You did a phenomenal job. You did all the right things. I put it that way. If you did it by accident, you did all the right things. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it. Like I said, so maybe I don't claim to be an actor at all, but maybe I had just enough to pull off and make it look like I had a little more experience than I did. Like I said, I've done it a million times. I've been right there in the cage with fighters before, so it wasn't a big stretch for me to be able to pull it off. And but that brings me to a funny story. Is Halle and Valentina are in there doing fight scene after fight scene after fight scene. They're working up a legitimate sweat. They're hot. And when it's finally time for the between rounds, I go in there with the stool and she sits down and I put the bag of fake movie ice on her neck. And then she looks at me all disappointed. She looks at me, she goes, "It's not cold." In that awesome outfit that she has, it's not cold. And I'm like, sorry, they're plastic ice cubes.
Yeah, man.
She was looking forward to the cool down that never came.
Yeah, she was looking forward to being cooled off.
That's right. They were intense.
Wasn't going to happen. Yeah.
That is too funny.
Such a great experience. I've told people, like, when I found out about it, I sent in an email telling them what my experience was and what roles I thought I could do. And when they picked me, I was like, awesome, I get to be in this movie. I would have done it just for that. I didn't know they were going to pay me, too. That's a bonus. That's like icing on the cake. Like, they paid me for doing this. I would have done this just for the awesome experience of it. It was a beautiful thing. Right. I loved it.
That is hilarious. That is too funny.
Nice.
That's too funny.
And Halle Berry was awesome. She was such a nice person. Like, she talked to everybody. She was super cool.
Sure.
She could have been a snob and, like, no, I'm too busy for all you people and stuff. But, no, she was fantastic. And like I said, Valentina, I was a UFC fan, so I was just as excited to work with Valentina as I was to work with Halle Berry. I'm like, yes, she is the champion of the world. And 2 years later, she's still the champion of the world. Like, that's how good she is. She is a phenomenal athlete and just an awesome person.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it was so interesting, man, because, like, outside the ring, Valentina was so nice, and she had that smile and stuff like that. And then she goes into the ring, she's rolling around. I heard of people cracking their knuckles. She was, like, cracking her toes. And then she punched herself in the head a few times. And when she came back out, I said, Valentina, I said that if you would hit yourself, you damn sure would hit me. So I'm going to get out your way. And she started, smiling and laughing. But it was all in fun, man. But she was very, very intense. And, Mike, they had an excellent shot of you in the shot with Valentina looking, she's looking like the Hulk, intense. and you're like right there. It kind of looked like you was running to get out the way, but you was right there, man. But it was great, though. It was great.
I think I know the picture you're talking about. I think it's the background on my Facebook right now.
Okay.
My brother's photo.
Yeah.
I'm walking out, and I happen to be looking back, but I know I was we're hustling to get out of the cage, get out of the way, because we got another round to go, And you're not even really on the clock. You're making a movie, so it's not really like, okay, you got to get out of the cage in 3 seconds so they can ring the bell. But it felt like it.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Well, listen. Okay, go ahead, Nick. What you gonna say?
No, you go.
No, I was going to say, man. I mean, that was great. Like I said, you did a great job in that shot. It looked like you was hurrying to get away from her if you really look real closely. But you were getting out the ring because they had to keep shooting. But you did a great job, man. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you for sharing. So yeah, man. If people want to follow you, I don't know if you want to put your Facebook out there. Add some friends to Instagram and they're going to watch the movie. Sometimes when people see you in movies and stuff, they want to connect with you for some reason. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is, but it's just something about being on TV and in a movie that make people want to connect with you.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's such a cool thing. People are like, that guy got to do something cool. I want to know him. But sure, I mean, like I said, I'm not an actor. My daughter's an actor in doing plays and stuff right now. She's 11. But yeah, I'm just here for a good time. And so if somebody wants to just hit me up on Facebook, friend me, it's just Mike Everland on Facebook. That's spell it like it sounds, Everland.
Nice. Absolutely nice. Nice.
It was great meeting all you guys, the whole posse. So, they call it the Lady Killer Posse. I got to sit with you guys a lot. Such a cool group of people. And you with I like when they're about to ring, when the fight's over, you're like, and still, because you knew she was, you wanted her to be the winner. You got to cheer for your girl. It was super cool. Love meeting all you people. I met so many people there that I kept in touch with, and the Wranglers, Nikee and Veronica, they were cool. I still stay in touch with them. Good times. But
Nice. This is a relationship.
And thanks for inviting me onto this podcast. This is super cool.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, thank you so much, man.
Yeah, thank you. Have a great one. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
He was awesome.
Yeah, he's awesome, man. Awesome. Mike was humble, man. I mean, he has that experience. He was very, very humble. Like I said, if he hadn't said what he said, you could have fooled me because, that's one of the things, when I watch a movie, Nikee, that when you become an actor or actress, you never watch movies the same. You can pick out the actors who are looking into the camera. You can pick out lack of continuity. You can pick out all that stuff that's not authentic, and Mike was authentic. I mean, like I said, I've watched MMA, women's and men, and he was doing all the right things. And it just goes to show you, man, if you just, you know what they tell you in basketball when I was playing basketball? Stick to what makes you great. Stick to your strengths. Stick to what makes you great. And that makes me think about Mike. He stuck to what made him great. He stuck to what he knew. He stuck to his training and what he was familiar with and pulled it off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And pulled it off, man. And it was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
All right.
Yeah.
Who else we got?
All right, we're going to go with Miss Helen Chong. She is no stranger to the Kevin and Nikee show. And she played the Fight Crowd. And Helen is multi-talented. She got some national and international commercials going on that we definitely have to talk about. Definitely my favorite holiday commercial we're going to talk about. But how you doing, Helen?
Hi, Kevin. Hi, Nikee. Thank you for having me back on the show.
Absolutely. We would not want to do it any other way without you.
That's right.
You like Kevin and Nikee show family, your Bruised family. You know what I'm saying? So we're happy to have you on. Yeah.
She's just super awesome. I can't wait to see the commercial again.
Well, before we get to the commercial, let's not rush. I love the commercial. Want to talk about that, but let's get to the Bruised stuff first. We're going to talk about everything. But I just want to let her know that I love the commercial. Okay. Yeah. We love Helen. Let me say this to you. let me say this to you. Your commercial is the signature that the holidays have started. It really is.
Right.
It really is the signature that the holidays have started. November 1st, like clockwork, it comes on, and I'm going to tell you that commercial, for those that don't know out there in listening land, is the Merry Christmas Rita. Is it what's the?
It's Holiday Snow.
Okay, that's it. And Helen, of course, is the one that hits that high note.
Hits that high
and
note.
I'm gonna do it for y'all. Because I'm not gonna ask Helen to do it because she's the star. You know what I'm saying? But she's the one that goes. Did I hit the note?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Cass. Go ahead.
Yeah. That was it. And she does a fantastic job, but it's something about that commercial that brings a feel-good mood. You know, it's like the holidays have arrived, and, you know, you almost kind of look forward to that commercial, and that commercial has kind of become like a staple of holiday culture because it comes on every holiday. And but, Nick, if you want to talk about the commercial, we can talk about that first. You know what I'm saying? We can back it up to the Bruised stuff.
No, let's go with Bruised first, and then we're going to bring it on around to the singing. Let's go to Bruised.
Okay, all right. So, Helen, talk about your experience, you know, being on the set, being on Bruised. Did you meet Halle Berry? Did you get a chance to talk to her? Talk about your experience.
Well, it was very wonderful, and that was Halle Berry's directorial debut. And I thought she did a great job, you know, directing, acting, you know, and like you said earlier, she did all her own stunts. That was real world stuff going on. Real hits, real throws, you know. But it was very exciting to work on that project for the many days that we did work together.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah, Now, you know, people who are on set, who are actors and actresses, you know, like I said, we just have a different dynamic in terms of when we see the final product. You know what I mean? We can say we know stuff that was going on. We know stuff that got cut out. And people will never know this, but you'll get it here on the Kevin Nikee Show. But there was a boardwalk scene that Valentino Shevchenko, a.k.a. the Lady Killer, filmed, and we were the Lady Killer posse. Helen was in that scene as well. Lady Killer, this is not a spoiler alert because it's not in the movie, so you don't have to worry about it. But so she's saying that when she gets in the ring with Jackie Justice, a.k.a. Halle Berry, she's going to punch her in the mouth, and it's like a boardwalk photo shoot, and, you know, we're all standing around. Helen's there, some other people are there, and, you know, the Lady Killer posse is there, and, you know, we're kind of like watching and also cheering on, and they end up cutting that out. And so, and we were saying things like, yeah, champ, go champ, yeah, knock her out, champ, all that kind of stuff. And still, as you heard Mike say, and they end up cutting it out. So, yeah, me and Helen would have had an opportunity to share a scene together in the movie had they not cut it out. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Because it still was a great experience. We still was in the house, and we in this holiday movie called Bruised starring Halle Berry, you know, so it's great. Yeah.
Exactly. And we got to meet each other on that set.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And as I remember, we exchanged information, and we ended up having you come on the show as a result of meeting on the set of Bruised.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, Helen, you had a huge liking to your show. You had a very, very huge liking to your show. I don't know what it was, but you had a huge liking to your show. Everybody liked your show.
Oh,
nice.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now, just before we get to the commercial, I just got to, because I'm going to tell you, Helen is very educated and learned in her craft, but also in the business side of this industry. And I have to say she's been a personal help to me in terms of information. She's very informed. She knows rules and policies, and she's kind of like an advocate I'm trying to talk her into being an agent, but I don't know if she want to be an agent. But she's got the information. And I just want Helen just to talk a little bit about the importance of, like, being informed about the business side of this industry. Can you, like, just give us any, you know?
Well, like you were saying, I think it's very important to be informed. You know, I am very pro-union, and I definitely love helping members and even people that might become possible members, future members. So, yes, it's definitely important to understand all the rules and, like you said, contracts, and just to know what is going on. And things will always get updated and renegotiated. So people really need to be up on all the different laws and, you know, the verbiage of the contracts.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, they've really got to, you know, just read a lot of the information, go to the meetings, ask questions. You would be surprised. A lot of people are very nervous or scared to ask questions, but they really should, because it would clarify a lot of things, and, you know, it makes people better actors out there. So.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, yeah, that's why they call it show business. Yeah. Now, can we talk a little bit quickly about this commercial, Nikee?
Well, we talked about the commercial before we talked about Bruised.
We did. I mean, this commercial is just that good. I don't know.
You want to make her sing or something?
No. I didn't want to make her sing. I just want to ask you, what was the experience like filming that commercial? Because actually it was a remake of an original one, and it seems like this one is hanging in there a little bit longer. Just real briefly.
Well, like, you know, I didn't know that it was going to turn out the way it did. I, you know, thought like, oh, great, you know, booked it, you know, made it again, you know, like those are the type of thoughts that were going through my mind. I had no idea it was going to continue on, and that people would see it year after year. I didn't know that it was going to become such a great tradition. And I was just like honored to do it, you know.
Nice.
Awesome.
Well, we look forward to hearing it, seeing the commercial every year. Every time that commercial come on, I turn my head. They're going to say it for Helen every year.
Yeah, I know, right? That's right. Well, Helen, thank you so much for coming on the show again. And people, you have fans out there. They may want to follow you. They may want to see the commercial. I know it's on YouTube. If you so desire, you want to put your, you know, social media where they can follow you or see the commercial, this is your time. You don't have to, but this is your time.
Well, you know, I'm glad that everyone keeps watching, you know, and that's a really wonderful thing, a big blessing. You know, and they'll see me every year, and keep watching. Happy holidays from Helen Chong.
All right.
There you go.
That's it right there. That's it. You heard it. You heard it from Helen Chong. And you will see that commercial. And, yeah, that's my favorite holiday commercial. And so all right. So we're going to keep the show moving, Nick. And we're going to bring on Miss Victoria Stevens. And let me say this before she starts to talk. Vicky played the fight fan in Bruised. Fight crowd, but she's way, as you know, Nikee, because we had on the show, way more than that. Of course, we do background or whatever you want to call it. I call it acting because we have the passion for it. This is what we love to do. Vicky is hands down a principal actor, and she can bring it. We took acting classes together, and she can be intense. She can play multiple characters. And she can bring it hands down. But we want to talk to her about her experience on Bruised. How you doing, Vicky?
Hi, everyone. I'm good.
Good. Well, listen, we're so thankful to have you back on the show. We aired your personal interview, I want to say, what, was it 2 weeks ago, Nikee, 2 or 3 weeks ago?
Yes, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, and you're definitely bringing excellence and doing a lot in the industry. Talk about your experience on Bruised.
Yeah, it was really exciting and fun. I definitely like to do these shoots that are closer to us because a lot of our friends and family are on set with us, which is exciting. So I enjoyed working with Bruce because the production set, everyone was just good quality. They definitely brought, their full game, and I enjoyed it. It was just a really fun experience.
Awesome. Yeah, it really, really was a fun experience. It was very, very surreal to just be in that atmosphere. Something very magical about being on set, but then to be on set with Halle Berry, it was surreal, man, to watch her work, behind the camera, definitely in front of the camera, and it was almost like taking a master's class watching her because, when I was on set watching her, and even when I was watching the movies, like I'm watching to learn as well, and so I'm looking at eye movement, I'm looking at facial expression, I'm looking at body language, because all those things that we learned in the great Mr. Ken McGregor's class, those things tell a story, you know what I mean? And she's like a master at that. If you look at her actions before she says her lines, man, it's like she's teaching a class. You know what I mean? The eye movement. Some actors just jump right into the line. Okay, like line tag. Your line, my line. Your line, my line. But maybe there's some actions that need to be done before you say that line. And Halle Berry is a master at that. Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace, is another one. But it was very, very fun, very, very exciting. It was exciting to see you on set, Nikee. We ran into each other as well. But, it was so great. It was so great.
Nice, nice.
Quite fun.
Nice. Now, I know that you were, on the set. Did you get a chance to speak with Halle or anything like that?
Yeah, I got to speak with her for a little bit in the garage, believe it or not. But we were just, I was just asking her, like, what would you tell someone like me, who's trying to up and come? And she was basically saying, keep going. It's like to that point of when you feel like you're not going to make it, that's when it happens. So, it was good to know because, like, sometimes you can be in this industry for a very long time and nothing happens and you get very frustrated fast. But it's more of just enjoying the journey and not trying to finish the race as fast as possible.
Okay.
So that was really cool to learn.
Okay. Now you stay busy. You got some stuff going on. What can you tell our listeners that you got going on? Anything you got coming up without giving some stuff away? What you got going on?
Yeah, so I'm in a film called Driver that's coming up in 2 weeks here, and it's more of a thriller, which is really nice. For some reason, I enjoy horror and thriller. They're quite fun to play because of the intensity you have to bring to the characters. So my character is the mother, and she's definitely dealing with a crazy son. So that's the biggest one there. I'm actually racing into a photo shoot for that film set right now. We have to take some pictures for the photo frames that are going to be in the scene for those that Monday. So, so we have to shoot that.
Okay.
But yeah, it's quite fun.
Nice. Now, well, if there's anybody who want to follow you, who want to keep up with what you got going on, put your social media out there so people can keep up with you.
Yeah, you can definitely find me on Victoria Stevens Actor on Instagram. And all of my social media are all connected, so you'll see my head on everything. It's always Victoria Stevens. So yeah, just check it out and follow. You can see my Instagram, my IMDb. That has a lot of projects on there that you'll find me in. So yeah, definitely check it out.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much for coming back.
No problem.
All right. Nick, like I said, as we already know, Vicki and everybody that's on this line, that's on the show and have come on the show, they're multi-talented. And for me, I want to reiterate that because, like I said, they may be doing background, quote unquote, on this project, or being featured or even speaking, but are writers and directors and musicians and we have people that do training and Zamba and do MMM training and do boxing and all those various different things, and there's such a multi-talentedness going on that sometimes quote-unquote extras or quote-unquote backgrounds get looked down upon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they might be background on this, but a lead on something else. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. All right, let's keep it moving. Who else we got?
All right, so now we're gonna talk to one of the Lady Killer posse. She's one of the ladies of the Lady Killer posse, and she will punch you in your mouth if she have to. But she's really nice though. She spreads light. She spreads love. With all due respect to her awesome husband, I know he's awesome because she's awesome. We're gonna talk to Miss Lisa Tracy. How you doing, Lisa?
I'm good, Kevin. Hi, Nikee.
All right.
Hi.
So nice to be on. Thank you.
Thank you for coming on our show.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much. Well, listen, you were a part of the Lady Killer Posse. Now, what's so interesting about Lisa being a part of the Lady Killer Posse, to my understanding, and Lisa, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think we had Whitney Allman was originally one of the Lady Killer Posse when we were standing in the hallway. And then the next thing I know, they gave Whitney Allman a different role. I think she was like a ringside VIP judge or something like that. And she was seen definitively in the movie as well. We would have loved to have her on the show, but she wasn't able to be on the show. And then Lisa, they brought her into the hallway, and then we go to set. And it was just so awesome, man. Lisa, she just was such light. She spread such love and a glow, but she has a toughness about her. And she does some training, some Zamba. She competes competitively. We want to talk about that a little bit. But just talk about your experience on Bruised. What was it like? Did you get a chance to meet Halle Berry? What was it like being a part of that?
Well, I was appreciative of the experience after, I guess. Halfway through I was kind of appreciative, which I know that sounds horrible, but I just kind of didn't know what was going on, and I'm going for it. I was grateful for my boss at that time at Fanatics Fitness, Carrie. She had mentioned something to me that they were looking for somebody, and I was like, okay. And sent a video in, and that was nice with Stephanie, and she connected with me. But it was nice when I got there because I was bugging a bit, and you were all calm and chill, and so I just kind of gravitated towards you, and I would ask you all kinds of questions, and you'd be like, well, this and that, and, so I appreciate that, your patience with me and everything, So, but then, halfway through, I was just like, wow, this is really cool, just to watch such a talented fighter for hours in the ring, that was fun, to watch that. I actually started practicing my kicks after that one because I'm not really a kicker. I'm more of a hands. So that got me into doing more like martial arts style training instead of just boxing.
Okay.
Nice.
You say that so calmly. It's a little scary. I just do boxing, martial arts. I just knock people upside the head a little bit. Ain't got nothing. Yeah. But that's great.
I don't hit people anymore.
Oh, you said anymore? Oh, so you used to.
I used to fight, but not anymore. I took a hit that was not. It wasn't good, and I figured, all right, I'm not getting paid. It was amateur, so I said, all right, that's enough of that.
I got you.
Yeah. But I do love the art of it, and I like to just practice it and stuff, There's a lot to learn, and just watching her do those kicks and the spinning elbows, I was like, oh, my goodness, it was just beautiful.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Did you get a chance to speak with Halle any bit?
No, I didn't. I was trying to just kind of lay back because I didn't really want to a lot of people were asking, for pictures and stuff like that, and it seemed like there was just so much going on. She was being pulled in a lot of different directions, and so I was just kind of like laying back a bit. But I was observing her a lot. It was really cool to watch her. She's just like a humble hustler, So that was really nice that, because you see somebody on TV and then you wonder what they're like, and she just seemed really like down to earth and.
Yeah. She really was. Yeah, she was very, very humble, very, very down to earth. I know when I got the opportunity to take a picture with her, after I took the picture with her, because I it was the end of everything. Everybody's about to go home, and it was kind of like a natural, thing that happened on its own as I was walking by. And I said, "Excuse me, Miss Berry, can I get a picture with you?" And she said, "I'm sorry, come again." I was like, I was wondering if I can get a picture with you, and I promise I won't post it until the movie comes out. She said, "Sure." Yeah. And we took the picture, and afterwards, she grabbed my hand and shook my hand and thanked me for coming. And I'm sitting there saying, "Thank you for coming." Thank you for having me. You know what I mean? And I was so honored to, because I'm gonna keep it real with you. And everybody, every male that's a teenager, would admit this. We all had Halle Berry's poster on our wall, and she was our girlfriend in our head. You know what I mean? And, she was like that high school crush that you had, and it might have lingered a little bit after high school, too, but it was just phenomenal to, finally meet her, take a picture with her, shake hands with her, and then to see her work. It was just great, man. And like you said, she was very humble and down to earth, and that was awesome. But Lisa, you also used to compete in fitness competitions, and you were pretty good at it. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, I did a couple bikini competitions, one figure competition. They were just amateur. But, I don't think I'll be doing any more of those. But it was an experience. It was nice. I could check that one off on the list. So, but, yeah, I just try to stick with the training now since everything with COVID. I switched jobs up a little bit. So I still do some training on the side. But
You do the Zamba training, right?
Yep.
All right. Now explain to our listeners exactly what Zamba is for those who don't know, because they might think it's something similar to a soul train line.
It's a Latin-inspired fitness, dance fitness thing, but it's nice because you can kind of cater to what you want. I like a lot of I like to mix up my music a lot. I do like a lot of African music with mine. Just because of the guy I would go to who got me first started, did a lot of African music. He does the IO Jam. He's the creator of that. So I kind of like a lot of that music. So, it's nice. You get all different backgrounds in one group, and a lot of good people. I've met a lot of good friends through Zumba. So
nice.
It's nice because everybody's dealing with something in their personal life and stuff, and they could just come and dance and forget about it, sweat together.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yes. And that's so needed. Especially during the time where COVID is going on. A lot of people are stressed out and the effects of it, and we all need some kind of safe haven where we can. Feel that we can come and release stress and have fun and smile. And, Nikee will probably attest to this, that acting is our, positive addiction and outlet, from the stresses and struggles of life. And, Lisa, you and all our guests that we've had on our show and that we've had on today are making the world a better place. Keep smiling, keep shining, keep doing what you are doing. And, I'm honored to have you, to be able to say that you are part of the Lady Killers Posse. We're important.
You're good people.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. We really appreciate it. You're good people too. Yeah. Okay, well, if somebody wants to follow you, maybe they might want to sign up for some of your Zamba classes. Is there a website, any kind of social media handles? Put it out there, They see you in this movie, they might sign up.
What did you say?
When they see you had, I saw the movie twice. You had some definitive screen time. I don't know if you saw the movie yet. You had some definitive screen time. Okay, I'm not going to give it away.
My sister saw it, and she videoed a little clip and was arguing with her husband. She's like, "That's Lisa, that's Lisa." And you could hear her in the background. I'm like, so I couldn't really see it too well because it's kind of like a blurry video, but, it looked like maybe I might have had a little bit.
Yeah, all the Lady Killer posse was seen. And matter of fact, most of the people on the line on the show were definitively seen and or heard. But you were definitively seen. Mark Haynes, shout out to my brother Mark Haynes. He was the first person I met when I got upgraded from Fight Fan to Lady Killer Posse. Russ Denchwick, who was carrying the belt, he was seen. You were definitely seen. Antonina Shevchenko, who's Valentina's sister, definitively seen. Like Michelle, Carmen, definitively seen. Like we were all definitively seen. I was just so proud. Like, there go my Lady Killers posse. Like when we fill out job applications, we beat you up on there. That's our job is doing. We just jump people. That's it for Valentina, a.k.a. Lady Killer. But anyway, we're not promoting any violence on the show, but that's just what we do. We're the Lady Killers posse, and that's what the Lady Killers posse do. We kill people and bring them back to life and then kill them again.
Okay.
But anyway, I know that was a rant that didn't make no sense, but Lisa, thank you so much for coming on the show and continue shining like you already are.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You guys
all right, take
care.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah, man. Did you hear what she said, Nick? She said, "I don't beat people up no more. I used to."
I caught that. I raised the eyebrow like, okay.
and I know you. I know you was vibing with that because you hit me with a few left hooks. Sneaking me.
You know how we do. We don't fight no more, but we will come out of retirement.
I know you will. You punched me. You knocked the wind out. I had to play it off. Knocked the wind right out of me.
Okay.
We're gonna make you an honorary Lady Killer Posse person.
Okay.
Because you like to fight.
Well, I do, but I'm in retirement. But I will come out.
I know you will. Yeah, I know you will. All right, so we're gonna keep the show moving. This next brother, we still in Lady Killer Posse. We still in the posse right now. So we're gonna bring Matan Gavish on. Now he was the Lady Killer's coach, and let me tell you, and I want him to tell this story because they gave him some freedom to kind of ad-lib and say some lines, and Matan was out there like, okay, now listen to me. I want you to go over there and kill her. Like he wasn't already killing her, you know what I'm saying? But what's up, Matan? How you doing, man?
Good, how you doing, my friend?
Yeah, that was great, man. That was great, man. You did a fantastic job. I saw the movie twice, and yeah, man, you did a great job. And of course, we kind of talked on set. You do some real training, so there was a lot of believability that you brought to the table in your character, in your role. Talk about your experience on set and how you were able to take your real life experience and culminate it into your character. And then after that, you got to talk about that ad-libbing part they gave you because they cut some of it out. But talk about your experience on set filming Bruised.
Yeah, no. So first of all, the whole thing was a wonderful experience. I'm not a professional actor. I am a professional coach. I coach MMA, and I have a large school in Manhattan, FitHit, where we mostly teach women self-defense and how to fight. Then we also have an MMA section where they can go and compete. So that was why I was there, right, to bring in the coach angle to Lady Killer, right, Shevchenko's corner, basically. And yeah, I mean, it was great. First of all, I have to say the writing of the entire movie I thought was just unbelievable. So many like good, deep. Michelle Rosenfeld, I think, just did an unbelievable job writing this thing. But there was a moment there where I was basically saying my lines, and Halle was saying, that's great, but and then she tells me, why don't you say it? What would you say if this was like you right now being the coach? And she just gave me like complete freedom to just say what I would have said if I was in the fight. And it's interesting because my wife is a professional MMA fighter, and I was her coach for the past 10 years. So like I've been in that place like a whole time. Yeah, she's a Bellator fighter, Victoria. And I was like, I'm just gonna tell her the stuff I tell my wife before she goes in there, right? Like just like and I got into this, into like this deep, dark place that we go to when we need a win, which I thought was good. Some of it made it to the screen, but not all of it. Specifically, the words finisher, I think, made it, or breaker, or something of those lines. And that made it to the screen, and it was great because we've done the takes a few times, but it felt at that time everything got a little riled up. Even Valentina, she started hitting herself in the face. You can see it in the movie. She started like slapping herself because all of a sudden it became real, right? And then went out there and did her thing. So I believe I'm just fortunate to be a part of this important project that highlights women as fighters, right? Not just as victims, but as fighters that are climbing out victimization, which is something very near and dear to my heart.
I got you.
Well, I wish that I would have consulted you before I did what I did, because I started practicing some of the moves. And I have this vase that sits on the floor, and it's kind of high. And I did a kick, and I kicked it over, and I kind of broke it. So I wish I would have taken your class before I did that.
You know what would have happened? If you would have taken my class, you probably still smashed that vase, but it would have been on purpose.
But now you're not helping, man. You're not helping.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to smash my vase up. I wasn't trying to. I just kicked it, and it just fell apart.
Yeah.
Now, Mintan, you mentioned you mentioned about the training for the women, man, and one of the major themes that's going to, I think, that kind of surrounds this movie is women empowerment, because even with the soundtrack to the movie, it's all women rappers. It's predominantly women. I want to say it's all women. I like that we have moved into this era where the women aren't the damsels in distress anymore, and that they're getting out there and kicking butt, like in Fast and Furious, like in Bruised, and they're doing the karate chops and the fly kicks and things like that. And I love that you train the women and things about that. Talk about the women empowerment aspect of the movie that kind of resonated with you. I know you kind of touched on it, but that, because Halle's about empowering people of all walks of life, but she's definitely about empowering women as well. How did that theme resonate with you as somebody who trains women?
Yeah, I mean, this first of all, this movie really highlighted that. I watched the movie yesterday for the first time, and without like giving too much away, I'm not going to spoil anything for anyone. But Halle also plays a character that comes from previous victimization, right? It goes into detail in the movie, but has been victimized, and then she had to come through for herself, right, as a fighter. And I can tell you that even though we see the movement right now, and Fit Hit, which is our movement, is at the tip of the spear of that. We focus on doing exactly that. Before COVID, we were training 1,000 women a week, to handle themselves.
Wow.
It was big. It was growing very fast. And now, we have a couple of hundred people every single day, women every single day, learning how to kick ass, and it's growing really fast. But I still see it as not fast enough, right? I mean, if you take a look at New York City, women empowerment. Where does women empowerment come from, right? It's from from the need to end women victimization, right? So you have women victimization, and that leads to a need to empower women in order not to get victimized. But we still have over 600 women sexually assaulted in New York City every week, man. Every week, about 600 women get sexually assaulted in our backyard. And I think that level of victimization, we're still behind, right? Educating every woman how to handle herself, every woman that she could be a fighter, every woman that she can kick ass. You know, we're doing it, and right, we're churning along, and we know we're going to make a dent eventually. But I feel that there should be a whole lot more effort to showcase that. And what Halle did, she went out and made a whole movie about that, which is amazing, right? It's going to be on Netflix. There's going to be a whole lot of women seeing it. And let me tell you something. If one woman has experienced something negative in her life and watches that movie and decides, you know what, I want to get me some training. I want to learn how to punch, how to kick ass. If that happens, then it's the biggest accomplishment. It's bigger than Oscars. It's bigger than money. It's bigger than everything, right? If you get that, if you get the change in behavior, right, the women will see it and decide, you know what, I can do that. I can go. I can kick ass. That's going to be the biggest win, and I'm going to be the, you know, that's my biggest message that I'd like to give out.
Awesome, man. That's powerful.
Beautiful.
That's definitely powerful, because this movie is definitely going to move you, and it might move women to want to fight, you know, and get training and you know, empower themselves to be able to defend themselves and protect themselves. And that's a great thing. And that's one of the things I love about movies and storytelling through film and TV and theater, is that we're really trying to influence thinking, which ultimately influence feelings, which ultimately influence behavior. And this movie definitely has that woman empowerment theme, you know, written all over it. I mean, they were not lollygagging in that ring. They were really hitting each other, you know?
Millions of women are going to watch the movie, and a good percentage of them are going to decide, not even that they want to fight, they just want to get the skills, right? Like, you don't have to go into a cage, go and, you know, get beat up by Valentina Shevchenko, which is the toughest woman on the planet. You know what I mean? There's a short line. There's a short line for that offer. But just get the skills, right, for the just in case. I got to tell you, man, I watched the movie, and there was one line that just, like, stuck with me. She gets this kid, right, and she's protecting the kid from this crazy boyfriend of hers. And she tells the kid, right, you know, I'm big, you're little. Big protects little. And it was so on point. And I mean, big protects little. It's like, damn. But how can big protect little? Big can be confident in big, right? And she has that because she's a fighter. So she knows.
Right. That was all. That was powerful. That was very powerful, very poignant, very on point, and definitely a resonator, and will continue to resonate with us. So that's awesome, man. So you like I said, you do some real training and things like that. So if somebody wanted to, you know, I guess sign up for your classes, I know Nikee is interested, so you know she can start kicking stuff on purpose. Instead of by accident.
Nikee, we're gonna make a purchase for you. We're gonna get 3 brand new vases to the gym. You're gonna come in, roundhouse kick all 3 of them. All right, that's gonna be your first. No, I mean, anybody, sure. If anybody's listening to it and thinking they want to learn some skills, we're in Manhattan. We call Fit Hit. We also train online. We got clients all over the world that train with us live as we run our classes, and it's Fit Hit, FITHIT, fithit.com. We offer a lot of women's self-defense seminars almost every week. Women can just like jump in and be a part of that, big events.
Okay.
And just learn the moves, right? Learn the basics. You don't become a part of the statistics. Some of that statistic is being, you know, it's a part of the movie, right? Like it's not like off completely. Like that was one of the reasons I was there, right? Is to bring that believability into the movie. And she did it. She did amazing. I mean, she brought in every professional role that was there had an actual professional portraying it. You know, from the referees to the corners to the cutman. I mean, her strength coach, you know, Black Rob. I don't know if he was on this one. Great guy. and he gets there and he's in the movie too, and kicking her butt a little bit. But these are all serious people, right? Like they're not serious actors. That's their life. Like, that's what they do.
Right.
Power to her for taking a chance like that, right?
Yeah.
In order to show what it's really like.
Yeah,
that's pretty amazing. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's Fit.com, or you want to follow me? I'm not that interesting, but Matan's Method on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you can find me and my journey. Get some self-defense tips. A lot of pictures with my little girl. Yeah.
I hear you, man. Well, listen, man, you did a fantastic job. I'm honored to be able to say that we are a part of the Lady Killer Posse, and you was the coach leading the way, and you did a great job, man. And like I told Mark, like I said of Mike, I say of you guys may not be actors, but somebody would look at your performance and they would say he's rather a really good actor or that's what he is in real life. And you guys, you did what you do best, and you did what you do in your real life, and it came off authentic, man. Because like I said, as an actor, and Nikee will attest to this, we watch movies differently. We can pick out the lack of continuity. We can pick out the person that looked into the camera, and we do it by default. Not that we're trying to be critical. It's just that as an actor, you approach movies differently, and you did a fantastic, authentic job, man. You really, really did. And just want to say, keep up the great work. Keep empowering people. Keep empowering women. And, man, keep shining, man, because you're definitely shining bright. And we're going to keep in touch with you. And we're going to get Nikee signed up in a couple of your classes.
Yeah. I want to get you how to kick right on point. By the way, with that point in mind, fighters and coaches, they look at fight scenes in the same way that you look at actors, right? Is the fight scene believable? Would a fighter do that? And I can tell you, I was watching my wife. I was a pro fighter, and we were nothing but super. Like, if you're an MMA fan, you like to watch fights, go watch this movie. It does not disappoint on the fight scenes, even though when you got Halle, she trained for months to be able to pull off what she pulled off. She trained for months, and you know what? It's a fight. It is not a movie fight, not a BS fight. It is an MMA fight. On a very high level.
No doubt. Yeah. All right, my brother. Yeah, thank you so much for coming on and sharing, man, and continued success to you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Have a good one. Bye, guys.
Yeah. All right, take care.
All right. Who we got next, guys?
All right, so we have my brother from another mother, and, man, listen, he brings a level of authenticity to his role. He is Dave Price. He plays the fight inspector. Now, get this. He's a real boxer. He used to box.
Okay.
He even trains his son, Dylan, the real Bill Price, and he trains his other son, Dev. And I want to say here, you heard it here on the Kevin and Nikee show, Dylan, the real Bill Price, will be a world champion, and he got his boxing production. So we got a lot of fight experience going on up in this Bruised thing.
Yes,
D-Boy boxing production. He gonna tell it better than me. We got Mr. Dave Price. What's up, Dave? How you doing, brother?
Thank you for having us. I'm good. How you guys doing?
We're doing good, man. We're glad to have you on the show. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And so you played the fight inspector. You had some Halle Berry stories. And just talk a little bit about, your experience working on Bruised, working with Halle, and anything else that you want to share, man.
Right. Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show. It was definitely a great experience working with Halle. My role on the film, I was, as you said, the fight inspector. So I had a couple of scenes with Halle. I was in the locker room with her. And then when she came out for the actual fight, I had to check her, make sure her hand wraps were good, that type thing. So it was real good because I didn't know, I had been a part of films before, and sometimes you get edited out. So you really don't know if you're going to be in there when the final cut comes. So to actually go to see the film, see that this is going to be, I'm sure it's going to be a part two. For me, it reminds me of like a Rocky movie. But it was so much action, so much the drama, all of the above, and to be a part of something like that, not get edited out, make the final cut. It was a real big accomplishment for me.
Absolutely, man. And I'm going to tell you, I was proud of you. I saw it twice. You got some definitive screen time. You and your daughter. And it was you did a fantastic job, man. And you know, I was in the movie texting you. When I went to see it, and you was in the movie texting me, and we were just so happy and excited that we were part of something big like this, man. This is one of the biggest holiday movies of the holiday season, man. And we in that joint, you know.
We in it forever.
Yeah,
forever.
Man. That's right. We made history
forever. So, but it was a real good experience too. We just had so much fun on the set. It was 3 or 4 days of hard work, up early, and I was sick that week too, Kev. We was up early. We get up late. I mean, we get back late. You really just have time to possibly grab something to eat and then just turn right back around and come back.
Absolutely.
Halle made it such a great experience, and you know, as I had told others, you know, I really didn't like what I saw on set. It just seemed like that Halle Berry, she wasn't getting treated like the superstar that she is. We know it was her directorial debut, and it seemed like something was missing. I didn't know what, but Kev, me and you served in ministry together, and we were taught how to serve our pastor, how to serve your leader, and all that was preparation for when we became leaders. So to see like Halle, when she walking up and down, coming out of the octagon, it doesn't have railings, and she almost fell over. And I said, man, I'm not going to allow this. So every time she got up, I reached out. You know, I would get up and help her up. And then it was, you know, I started helping her down. Then it was she looking for her slippers when she get out. So I got her slippers waiting for her, and I'm helping her down. And that became like my personal position. Where if she didn't see me, she's looking around, and I was only 2 steps behind her because she didn't have to look for me too far. So it was a real good at one time when she was coming down the steps, the director was a nice guy. He had seen what I was doing, and he went to do it and put his hand out, and she pushed his hand out and grabbed my hand and said, "My man, David, always on point." Man, I was on cloud nine. You don't even really have to put me in the movie after that. I was just so happy. When she had her break, she would come down and she would sit with me and my son and a couple other people that were there and talk to her. So she was such a great, you would never know. If you didn't know she was a star, you wouldn't know. Right. Just a little inside track. She had a friend, or I think it was a part of her agent or something, but she had come down and she pulled my coat. She said, "Hey, I want to tell you what you're doing. I seen and Halle told me what you have been doing with her, and I appreciate it because they haven't been giving her the respect." There was a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, and she felt like there was some things missing. So I'm so glad that, you know, Yah, my Heavenly Father, He put it on my heart that something is missing, and I was afraid to move because who am I? I'm an extra. I can't get up and touch Miss Berry. But something said, just do it. And that just became my job. So I was real happy. I saw you, man. So you had to. Where she was, I was. It got to the point that when they would clear out all of the people, all of the extras and everything, they didn't say not one thing to me. They knew
right. I saw that.
Yeah. So that was really amazing.
Now I gotta ask though. When you saw Halle Berry, did you scream, "Halle"?
No, I didn't.
At least not on the outside.
Not on the outside. It was, but you know, and you know this, Kev, because you dealt with her. It was, you can get caught up in the starstruck, but as soon as you start talking to her, it's just like talking to you and me. So it brings you right back down. It was just, when you walk away and you stop and think like, "Dag, I really just had a long conversation with Halle," and I'm gonna tell you, I'm praying that maybe she starts dumping her photos, because when at the end, when everybody was taking pictures with her in the back and people that were in the final scene in the dressing room, when it was closing, my daughter took a picture. She said, get my camera. I want to take a picture with David. Now, right there,
wow.
Cloud 9.
That was it right there. That was a blessing. Yeah, she gave you a personal touch, man, and it kind of remind me, similarly, my experience on Power, where when they were going through the rehearsal, and the lady who plays the lawyer, her name was Quincy. And I didn't call her by her actor's name. After rehearsal, she did such a fantastic job. I said, great job, Quincy. And she said, thank you. The next thing I know, when she was giving her, her speech as the lawyer trying to persecute Tasha, who was on the stand, he walks over to where I was sitting and kind of engage, like looking me in the eye, engaging me. And it just goes to show you that a kind word or kind gesture goes a long way. And people will return it. She will, it was like you almost was serving as her personal assistant.
Yep.
And we realized that it took you to realize and treat her in accordance with her worth, and was telling them other guys, nice guy, nah, I don't need your help now. You know what I'm saying? So that was. But like you said, Dave, man, we were taught to serve, man. We were taught to serve our leaders, and that's just something that's in us. And that's in your heart, that's in my heart. You saw a need. God moved on your heart, and we know it was God because it could have got rejected, and it didn't.
Yeah, that's right. And on the same lines of what you're saying, and you're 100% correct, because, as I said, I wasn't sure because they did a couple different takes in the dressing room scene. They did one with the inspectors, which I was a part of, and then one without. So I didn't know if I was going to make it in on that. But I was in on that, and when you look at the camera, I'm the one that you can see. It's two other ones in there, but she's blocking their way, and I don't think it was an accident with her being the director and having final cut. Those two scenes I was in, the crowd scene, my daughter had a lot of interaction with her as well, and when they did the crowd scene in the movie, they only had two crowd scenes. And for both of the crowd scenes, my daughter was prominently displayed. Everybody else was like foggy. You couldn't really make them out, but you could only see her. And again, I think that was favor. Her saying, "Let me do something nice." They did something real nice for me. Let me do something nice for them. And it was all within the flow of the film. But that's y'all just adding blessings onto it. So I had a great time, man. We hung out. The night you were supposed to stay in the hotel with us, we finished up. But we were talking about putting, if you remember, air mattresses down and just making it like a little sleepover at the hotel. It was rough going back and forth, but it was a great experience. I had a great time, and that's probably, I don't have a real desire to be a movie star or anything, but I did go to acting school at one time, and I wanted to do that. I put that aside, so I can say at 53 years old, I finally made it into a movie.
It is, man. Better late than never. It's never too late,
That's
man.
Right.
Yeah, man. And before you go, man, talk a little bit about D-Boys boxing, man, because you got it going on. You train some people who have gone on to become world champions. You got your son who's a world champion in the making. Talk about D-Boys boxing. Then put your social media handles out there.
Okay.
I know you wanted to help Nikee out with the punches, not with the kicks, but with the punches. So she might be coming over this time.
Right. It's D-Boys, but we do D-Boys and we do D-Girls. So you don't have to be a male. It's male and female. If you want to learn how to box and do any type of combative sport, we could definitely help you. We have several locations. One is in Clementon, New Jersey. One is in Lindenwold, New Jersey. We have one in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and a location in Philadelphia. So our telephone number, if I can, is 856-842-7577, or you can go on our website, dboysboxing.com. Love to see anybody. Let them know that Kev and Nick, that they sent y'all down here, and we're going to take care of you.
Okay, no doubt. There you got it. There you have it. There you have it. You heard it firsthand from a professional. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
But look, Dave, man, that your story is powerful. It sends a message of being a servant, and that's what we should be about in this world, serving others.
Right.
And you have a powerful. We had to start another show to start talking about the messages in your message, man. But it was just very, very powerful. The one that mainly sticks out to me and all the listeners about we here to serve, man. Right. We're here to serve. And guess what? The world would be a better place if we just learn how to serve one another.
Yes, sir.
Man, great, man. Thanks so much for coming on the show, man. Love you, man.
Thanks for having me,
and
guys.
we're gonna get some people down to D-Boys.
All right, thank you. Take care.
Yeah, take care.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, Nick. So look, we got you all set up, Nick, to get down there. And if there's anybody that can help you with that left hook of yours, Dave can do it.
Yes.
All right. So look, we're going to keep the show moving. We got another special guest coming to the stage, as they would say in show business, and she's a friend of ours. She's very, very talented. She played the photographer in the movie. We had Melanie Waldman on the line. Hey, Melanie.
Hey, Kevin. Hey, Nikee. I'm so happy to be on the show today. Thanks for having me.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Yeah. So, you started out with one role, got upgraded. We want you to talk about that, talk a little bit about any Halle Berry stories you got and what your experience was like being on the show. I mean, not being on the show, but being in the movie. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, this was a really cool experience. I'm from South Jersey, born and raised, and to have something like Bruised be filmed in my hometown was just so meaningful and so cool. I was fighting tooth and nail to get onto that set. I think Army of the Dead had just filmed in Atlantic City, so I didn't even know about that. But I'm a SAG actor who started her career in LA and New York City, so to have a set that was a 5-minute commute from my house was honestly the best thing ever. And on top of that, I'm a girl who grew up like with Halle Berry in my mind's eye as the character in the Flintstones, where she just was running the show and was such a cool character. I've loved her for a long time, so this was really special to be a part of, and I'm happy that I could even be there. I'm thinking of the first day that we were there, day one, in Boardwalk Hall, which was amazing to shoot there. She just came on the mic and thanked us for being there because it was her debut as director, and I was less than a foot away from her, just like staring in her eyes and like wishing I could say, oh my God, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the community. She really cared, and she really meant a lot to a lot of the kids who came in and saw her as well. So she was just so gracious and kind. The whole time I was on set, I started as background in the fight crowd, and then ended up on my last day being upgraded to a photographer, which was really cool. But anytime I was on set with Halle and, we were close by in a scene, she was unlike a lot of other directors where, they tell you what to do, where to go. But she just had this beautiful way of like non-verbally communicating that she saw you, right?
Yeah.
Like she would look you in the eye and hold your gaze and smile in this way that just was so sweet. And I think I had about 3 scenes where she did that, she would look at you like, oh yeah, I remember you. Yeah. And a lot of us there were there for more than a day, which doesn't always happen when you're working BG. So it was just so cool to even, be in that space and see her be so graceful, especially after watching her in the fight scenes. She would be in the ring doing the fight call, doing the scenes, doing the fight, and she would hop out of the ring to go check the gate and go watch the clip of the scene.
Yeah.
And just
absolutely.
Like, for me, I myself am a filmmaker as well, and I've, had projects where I'm the actor and the director and the producer, but just to see her do it with such almost ease for me, I know there's, it's hard to do that, especially if it's your first time. So I just thought that she was so cool for even doing that at all. I was sitting there in amazement.
Awesome,
nice.
Awesome. You're so right. Nice. You're so right. Now, Melanie, we've been in a lot of projects together, and the Nike commercial, Carry Me, starring Bella Della Don from the WNBA. We've been in some zombie movies and things like that. And I want to tell you, you're such an inspiration, not only to a lot of people, but to me personally. And as we had, talked about, you told me that I guess the terminology that you would be referred to as an amputee. And so being an amputee, you not letting anything stop you. You model, you act, you write, you direct, you film, you do it all. And it's kind of one of those things where, I can look at you and say, man, what am I complaining about? Look at Melanie go. You know what I mean? And, you're doing such a great job. You're glowing.
Thank you.
And you are definitely making the world a better place, along with everybody we've had on the show. And do you have any up-and-coming projects coming up? And then we want you to put your social media out there and how people can follow you. I'm sure people want to keep up with you. Maybe they might want to get cast in one of your awesome movies or short films or whatever. Yeah.
So, you mentioned a little bit. Also, you're totally cool and inspiring as well, because you hustle harder than most people that I see in South Jersey and in Philadelphia films. So you inspire me right back, Kevin. Absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
Of course.
Thank you so much.
But you had mentioned, I'm an amputee, and I'm in film. I am somebody who's an advocate for disability representation in film, and I've gotten some screen time through weistbarron-ryan, who cast the film in the upcoming project. So that's been really cool. I got to work on Clerks 3, and that was really fun. A really cool day to be on set. I also have my own film, Couples Therapy, which will be showing at Halle Shorts monthly film screenings, which is Halle Shorts. The competition itself is an Academy Award qualifying festival, and I can't believe that we're even a part of this in some small way. That'll be on December 2nd, and it'll be virtual. Anybody can watch from anywhere. We've got some really cool talent. I know you've talked to the actor named Steve Way. He's in my film.
Yeah.
Steve Way, so cool, and some other really cool disabled talent. And if you're somebody who has the experience of both being in film and being somebody who identifies with a disability, reach out to me. I am on social media as Where's Waldman, WALDMAN, all one word. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. And you can find me on Facebook, Melanie Rivera Waldman. That's my stage name, MelanieRiveraWaldman.com. And, thank you both for having me. Nikee, it was such a pleasure to be on your show, as well as you, Kevin. I hope I see you on set soon. Yeah. I hope
you're welcome. You're so welcome. You're so welcome, Melanie. You're so welcome. You really are. You really spread light and love, and it permeates through your voice, and we can hear the excitement. We can hear the excitement. Absolutely.
To be perfectly honest, I haven't seen Bruised yet, but I'm stoked to get to watch it and see how many times your face pops up.
Thank
you both.
Yeah.
Take care.
You're welcome. Yeah, take care. Thanks so much. All right, take care. Yeah. All right. Look, you're hearing it here on the Kevin and Nikee Show. And last, but certainly not least, look, we're going to keep the show moving. Man, listen, she's part of the Lady Killers posse, so she's special because we on the same team. Now, listen, she is super talented. She not only acts, she models, she plays instruments, she sings songs, she got albums out and all that stuff. But she will punch you in the face if the need calls for it, because that's what we do with the Lady Killers posse. We jump people. That's on our resume. We just beat people up. For Valentina Shevchenko, a.k.a. the Lady Killer. And I'm introducing none other than Miss Michelle Carmen. Hey, Michelle.
Hey, guys. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're so welcome.
What an introduction. My goodness.
No pressure. No pressure.
I know. I was like, how can I live up to
that? Yeah. Well, look, we're excited to have you on the show. Thanks for being on the show. And, you're the Lady Killers posse. You got to, look, I saw it twice. You got definitive screen time. Talk about your experience filming. Now, you came late. You came, I want to say, that Friday to join the Lady Killers posse. But, you were definitively seen. So talk a little bit about your experience.
I still have to watch it. I have a date, with my family to watch it soon. But when we can all get together. But yeah, I was kind of, it wasn't planned. So I came in that day, and I have, like, they needed, I think, I forget, it's so long ago now, I forget how it happened, but they needed, like, an extra person that, like, they didn't have anymore. And I was, like, wearing a Scully and just like my normal getup, and I just love my little beanie hats that I have, and I guess it made me look like a badass. So
okay.
They moved me at that point. And but yeah, so it wasn't really it wasn't initially planned, so it was a really great surprise.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to tell you, you pulled off the character. You had the wardrobe. You were the beauty and the bronze of the group. And so you pulled it off very, very well. And, yeah, so we all got a lot of definitive screen time. And we looked the part, man. I want to give a shout-out to Mark Haynes. We got, of course, Michelle, Carmen, Russ, Dentwick, Lisa, Tracy. We had Matan on the line. So we were the Lady Killers Posse, and we pulled it off tough. Now, you also do some other stuff. You play the piano. You're a singer. You model. I mean, talk a little, just briefly, about your other stuff that you got going on, music-wise and things like that. And yeah, because you're multi-talented. You're not just yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I actually I've been in the Screen Actors Guild for a while, but for the most part, I wasn't really active. I was focusing on music, and it wasn't until a few years ago I've always had a desire to do film and TV music, and that's when I started to, like, kind of go back into the Philly scene, and that's when I met all you guys, which was great, because I really wanted to start being behind the scenes, because it helped me understand more about where they were in production if I did want to submit a song, if I felt that my music was possible for it. So I'm more of a producer, singer, songwriter, and I just curate music with focus on getting in film and TV, and I have an ad project as well. But it's like another beast of I was on the road for a really, really long time. That was another reason why I wasn't able to be in the Philly acting scene during those years, because I was touring a lot. But, when I finally made the decision that, like, I didn't want to be running on the road all the time, and I was like, this is where I feel like I belong. It's kind of like a merge of both worlds. I've always enjoyed the creative art of, acting and picture, and obviously music, but I knew I fit somewhere in the middle of that. And so getting off the road, I mean, it was really like just like this big instinct. I was like, okay, well, I got to get back in to kind of, because it's another way of networking and knowing what is in production, when you're going to reach out to a music supervisor then, and so you kind of have like a little upper hand. But yeah, so that's what I'm focusing on now. I have some new singles coming out, and I just banged my head in the studio for like the last 2 months working on a project, and I'm mastering it right now, and I'm just fried my brain off. But but it's so the stuff will be out. It's on my Bandcamp. I don't even know. It's like everybody has so many pages now, but like you can find anything. Just michellekerman.com. And you'll find Bandcamp stuff, Patreon stuff, if people like to do subscription, or IG. There's little samples on there. But, yeah, so that's pretty much just all I do now.
Okay. Well, listen, you're doing a lot. One of the things I wish that I could do is play the piano, and I know you can. And, people don't understand how much artistic ability that it takes to play the piano. And then you have people that play by ear. So you're doing a fantastic job. You did a fantastic job in the movie. And, the thing about the Lady Killers Posse, we were so balanced. Like, Russ looked like the WWF wrestler. I was the tall guy. You and Lisa was like the ladies that looked like y'all would just kick butt at any minute.
I know.
We were Matan, we all looked balanced. We were like the perfect, group, you know what I mean?
It was totally balanced. I couldn't agree with you more. I loved it so much, and I was so blessed that, that happened at that day. Like you said, that was like that one Friday. I don't even know what day it was. It was like the last day of shooting, I think, for
it was.
our parts. It was so fantastic, and it was such a great experience with you guys. And you always create the scene, man. Like you always set the tone. So it was really cool working with you in that scene directly.
Yeah, absolutely. We had so much fun, and we bonded, man, and we made history as the Lady Killers Posse, and we'll be forever known as that, and it was just so much fun. But, Michelle, it was such a pleasure to have you on the show. You're so talented, you do so much, and you're good at a lot. And and continued success to you. Like I said, if you want to put your social media out there where people can find, I know you put some of it out there, but if people can want to follow you and maybe even purchase your music, wherever, this is your time.
Oh, yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, they can find me on Instagram and Facebook, Twitter, all those, whatever you prefer. Michelle Carmin, Michelle with one L, Carmin, Karmin. To stream or purchase music, just type in Michelle Carmin at Bandcamp. Or michellecarmin.com. That's like an independent artist site where you can just like purchase directly for, it helps instead of doing streaming. I'm also on Spotify and Pandora and all those streaming sites. But right now with the indie music coming out, every indie artist really appreciates when you go directly to them. Like, there's also Patreon. If anybody loves to support starving artists, you can support me on Patreon. That's subscription based, and you get like goodies each month, or a private show or something like that. So Zoom shows are the best right now.
That's right. Absolutely. Well, look, thank you so much for coming on the show, and y'all also can check her out in Bruised. Y'all got to go to the theaters. Y'all got to go to the theaters and check it out. And for those that you're just not too comfortable checking it out on there, it is on Netflix today, November 24th. Streaming globally. Please check us out. You will see definitively the Lady Killers Posse. Please go to our Facebook page. Check out the promos. You'll see all of our faces up there so you can put a face with the voice. All right, Michelle, well, take care. Continued success to you. And, please keep in touch and let us know how we can support you and get that music.
Oh, thank you. Thank you both so much for having me. I really appreciate it, Kevin and Nikee. Take care.
Yeah, take care. Yeah.
All right, bye-bye.
Awesome sauce. All right. That was awesome. All right, gang. So in conclusion, we spent some time on set creating movie magic, and movie magic it was, so much so that today this movie is going globally on Netflix, and we're going to sit around the TV with our families and definitively see ourselves, man. But I have to say that I remember when we got wrapped the last day and we had to catch the van back to the garage to go to our cars, and it was me, Stefan L. Jackson, who you heard from. We had Corey Castle and Gwen, Carly Gwen. And when we got off the van in the garage, man, we just stood there, man. It wasn't an awkward silence, but we just stood there because we didn't want to let it go. And then after a minute went by, we shook hands, we hugged, because we were looking to do it again, because we had been given a moment in time that was above average, and we didn't want to let it go. And those hugs and those shaking hands was just us saying that we hope we get the chance to do it again. Please check out Bruised, streaming globally on Netflix today. Go to the Kevin and Nikee Show Facebook page and check out our promos so you can put a face with the voice. Whenever you get a moment in life, live it to the fullest. As we say, as we conclude every Kevin and Nikee Show, we're the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio. We're everywhere, and we are
out of here.
Out of here. Peace.